Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays the Brawler, where I am out here in Isengard. I'm out of the basement finally, but I am still a captive and expected to follow orcs now of one of Morflock's lackeys instead of an overseer.
You heard the boss. If we stay in line, he treats us well.
And everybody wins, but if you cross him, that's another story. Sometimes an Urukai gets it into his head to try to displace Morflock. He thinks maybe if he's in charge, he'll get noticed by the old man and be given some treat. He sees that what Morflock has, and he wants it. It's in his best interest not to cross the boss, but he forgets it. The boss gave me the names of some of the boys who might be planning on acting up. The names are Gluthrock, Hoital, and Farmak. Let's pay one of them a visit. That might put the fear of Morflack back into the others, where it should be. I could use a fight. Well then, I'm always up for a bruising, right? So let us go and find one of these, and let's have a little tangle. Ah, here's one of them now. One of the three names. This one is Gluthrock.
You're one of Morflock's new pets, are you?
Well, the way that I see it, you'll end up in the same way as all the others. And maybe I'll be the one to help you on your way. Die, worm! Okay, well, we'll see about that. Let's see how long he is saying worm and all that stuff to me. He just wants a beating, doesn't he? Well, how, that went pretty well, didn't it?
Nothing like a good fight to make you feel alive.
I have some more names for you. Matum, Urpar, and Golb. Choose one of them to punish and remind the other two why it is wisest not to cross the boss. You'll find any of them within the ring. Alright, let's go and find a second one. I think I usually go this way in order to find one of them to fight. But it looks like that I'm doing pretty well against them. Let's see. Yeah, he's pretty close. Ah, here he is now. We have Matum.
Morflock should have come himself and done his own dirty work.
You think you could defeat me? You have no chance. Are you sure about that? We'll see about that. Time to die. We'll see. Morflack sent me because he wanted you to die knowing that you were killed by a hobbit. That's all I gotta say about that. There you go.
Morflock will be pleased. And when Morflock is pleased, it is good for all of us.
Alright.
You've seen the slop they feed us. The good stuff is saved for the gate guards.
So, you want to find the guardhouse and pick up some food. I suppose I could do that. Ah, yes. Definitely the good stuff. Too bad I can't take a second basket for myself. That would be really nice. Well then, let's get through here. Yeah, I know. You can't catch me because I'm going so fast. Now, let's see if I can get the Morflock properly. Now, I want to avoid surly Uruks in this case, since one of those could give me a bad day if I ran into them while doing this. Ah, here's Morflock. There you go.
This is much better than the slop we usually get. I like you.
Those who serve Morphlock well are always rewarded. You did well, little hobbit. Good. Maybe he'll give me a few scraps of it instead of having to eat that stuff.
Morphlock is good to his friends. Just don't cross him and you'll be fine.
Yeah, keep it up. What's he needing to do now?
You know what to do as you're told.
You aren't like the others, are you? Urdun has built many of the siege engines the old man plans to use for the war, and many are still under construction. Go see if he has any work for you to do. Okay, so speak with Urdun and see what he needs me to do. I have a feeling it's not going to involve killing surly Uruks or anything like that. Hello, anything need doing?
You're one of Morphlock's underlings? I'd rather he left me alone.
I've got work to do, real work, and I don't have time for Morphlock's bluster. Most of these engines are nearly finished. I could use another crate of tools if you need something to keep you busy. Follow the ring wall to the north, and you'll find the crates near the anvil field by the great bellows, near north of the tower. All right, fine. On the other side of the tower, an anvil field. See, every place else, like in the Shire, you have flower fields. Here, you get an anvil field. Well, that's Isengard, I presume. Ah, tool crates. Let's just grab them. And we can be on our way. About as swift as you can get. Wow. Yeah, it's because I have the being hasty for carrying the crate. And I also killed a surly Uruk on my way there. Just to speed things up a little bit more. Big problem is that I keep on forgetting where he's at. Ah, I think up here. There you go.
Ordon gave you such trivial work. Doesn't he know you belong to Morphlock now?
I think he knows. I think he's just trying to pester Morphlock. But that's another matter. Well, back to Morphlock. It appears at some point during this episode, I managed to break 10 million XP. Whee! It really shows you how high the XP values are in this game. Well, hello, I'm back.
I do not think you need a shadow any longer.
I may have been wrong about you after all. These others complain about the work they do for me, and it is only fear of my retribution that keeps them in line. But you have served me well and without complaint. I do not think you'll need a shadow any longer. You will stay in line or you will answer to Morphlock. That will be guard enough. Alright.
Tell Fosh he's to keep you busy until I send for you.
Right. Alright. I need to go and speak with Fosh again. No. I think I'm going to skip on ahead to a little bit more interesting part of the story. Because I think it's time to start planning the escape. While I was running through here, I remembered that I had reached level 71, which meant that I had another reforging, and I actually earned, finally, another word of mastery. That means I can finally get a third item in there. How many of these do I have? Looks like I've got 2 of these. This is a come at me cooldown. This is an innate strength. So I might as well just... I don't know whether or not they're good ones, but I presume that no matter how good it is, something there is better than nothing in there. Especially, let's see, this one is... Well, Come At Me is probably more of a tanking one, so it's definitely not an ideal one, but it also gives me a little bit extra vitality in there. So that could be useful on occasion, even if I'm not in a tanking stance. So I could leave that in there, and that gives me a little bit more to my list. Now, how am I going to get out of this place? Oh yes, I forgot to open this thing up. Though I have a feeling it's just another set of... Actually, it's quite a lot! What is this? Brawler Tracery? Oh! A Word of Power Tracery? A Word of Craft Tracery? Ooh! Alright. I thought it was just going to be another set of gloves, which isn't going to be all that much, since I've already got one in there. But if it's going to add me some traceries, such as Helm Crusher cooldown. Do I use Helm Crusher? That's... Yeah, Helm Crusher. Oh yeah, that's a favorite. Oh! Helps on the cooldown on that? Okay, I'm equipping that one. That's going to replace the... I should have checked this beforehand. Because Helm Crusher... Yeah, I don't already have that one, so it is most definitely replacing Come At Me cooldown. Alright, that's nice. So what's the cooldown to that now? 26.4 seconds. Well, it's better than 30 seconds, I guess. And this one, innate strength, finesse, avoidance. Isn't the other one also for innate strength? If I remember correctly. Innate strength, skill cooled. I think I'll keep the skill cooldowns one. Alright, and word Tracy. A word of power. A good word of power certainly would. See, I've already got a target count on there for area skills. Ah, I got a word of target that is open here, so I might as well put that in. And what's this last one? Oh, and that one has a craft in there. All right, so I'll just take this, put that into there. Well, I've got craft ones already, so this is a Sentient Light. I think that's a nice set in there. So, improving my traceries bit by bit. Now, about that escape plan. Well, I think of a plan. I suppose I could do some work at the forge.
Back for more work, eh?
Well, there's plenty to do. One of the old man's thralls dropped a barrel of weapons and tried to run for it. He was dealt with. But now there are weapons scattered all over the place. Pick them up and put them back into the empty barrel. Alright, fine. I guess I could pick up a few of these weapons while I think of a possible plan. Black powder is also on the floor. Well, I might as well take care of that. Maybe that could be used in some ways for whatever plan I have. Because who knows when some black powder could come in handy to create a distraction, right? Yes, and I know that escape plans very often require some sort of distraction in order to be effective. One never knows. Well, besides, they're probably just thinking that I am trying to clear out the stuff. Because we don't want somebody to slip on it, right? And just because I find some other use for it, well... Why does that matter?
Good. I'm glad you cleaned up those scattered weapons.
Whew. Okay, well, he either didn't notice me picking at the powder, or he thought that was a perfectly ordinary thing to do. Now we just need something to do with all this black powder. Well, we have these ore machines over here. Maybe we could just sprinkle a little bit of this around. And if the distraction happened to cause any damage to these things, well, so much the better. Alright, let's see. Let's do one more inspection over here. Because we're actually inspecting it, of course. We're definitely not doing anything that will sabotage it, right? Well, you wanted to speak with me?
What were you doing lingering around there? Explain yourself.
I don't like the look of you, Hobbit. Start talking. Well, I'm sure you could talk to Morflack about this if you want. No. Don't tell Morflack about this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything really. You shouldn't need to trouble Morflack at all. Uh, right. Well then, now that we've set up phase 1, I just need a few allies in which to plan the escape.
We do this now or not at all, friend. There is no looking back. We will escape from Isengard, or we will die. But we will not stay here.
Well, he is certainly ready to go then. Here is what we need to do, Pine Punch. The Key Master is an Urukai who carries a ring of keys that can open these cell doors. He tends to come down into the dungeon several times a day, or what passes for a day here in these lightless reaches. Look for him somewhere in the dungeon, and if you can catch him unawares, he's likely to be down in the other wing of the dungeons. Alright, fine. And we'll go and see if I can get some keys, because obviously if I'm going to need some help in getting out of here, I will need to be able to unlock a few doors, right? Haven't run into any Uruks yet. Certainly not being guarded at this point. I guess no one really likes being down here in the dungeons. They figure, well, no one can escape. It's not like that there is a hobbit running around who is looking for the keys or anything like that, right? Oh, okay. He is currently looking over some other prisoners, it looks like. What are you doing down here? First didn't tell me you had any business here today. I don't like the smell of you. Get out of here. You're done for. Well, we'll see about that. Oh, that's right. I've got Helm Crusher is now with a faster cooldown, so might as well use it a little bit more. Hey, friend, over here. You have the keys, then. Do you not? Oh, you must let us out. You can't leave us to die here, friend. We can help you. Well, I could always use a little bit of help. All right. We are all nice and safe out of the cells? Is this not what I meant, Pine Punch? Oh, what? What's not what you meant? Oh, you mean those guys? Yes. Listen to me, men of Dunland. There is no friendship between our peoples. We have warred and will again. But today we need each other. Today we have a common foe. Akka knows a way out of the ring, but we will need your help to reach it. Will you help us? Hey! All right, that'll help us. Good. Now, Akka, it is time. Yeah? There is a gap in the wall between the buildings on the western side. Once the black powder does its work, you should be able to make it there in the confusion. But first we need to get to the surface. It will not be easy with so many of us. We cannot go together. It will attract too much attention. Akka is right. Pine Punchin, he and I will go first. Count several score before following us, and do it in groups of 2 or 3. Good luck to us all. They agreed to let us go out first. I guess because they figure that the ones who goes out first are the most likely ones to get caught. Or they could make a change of plans if something went wrong with the first group. Who knows the benefits and the risks between being first and being last? Or being in the middle even, I suppose. Well, we're making it so far, but of course, the further we go in, the more guards that we're going to run into, I'm sure. And I'm wondering how these two are going to get around, because okay, they're familiar with me at the moment being out, but who knows about them? We do not want to attract attention, Pine Punch. We should walk slowly from here, so that we do not attract undue attention. Let us go. Let us go. Now, I've never tried running in this particular instance in here, but I suppose that if you came into too fast of a speed, they probably wouldn't even notice it in here, because that's the way these things happen sometimes. Though perhaps they do have some way of detecting if you run too fast. No idea. But they haven't attacked just yet. That's always good. So they're probably expecting me. Maybe they thought that I was asked to bring the prisoners or something like that. I suppose that's always a possibility. It's not like any of us are armed. Ah, we've made it to the surface. We are almost out. Now we just need to light the black powder or Pine Punch set up ahead of time, and we have all the chaos that we need to make it to the other side of the ring and the freedom. Right? Now we just need a bit of a flame, and we can set up the black powder for a distraction. Let me do it. All right. Both of you have homes beyond the ring, but this is my home. There is nowhere I want to go. I will light the powder. Are you sure? Okay, apparently he's sure. Wait for my signal, and farewell. This way. Let us find a place to hide while we wait. Oh, maybe I should turn off walking. Once we get out of here, I need to find Theodred, the Prince of Rohan. All his attention was focused on the movements of the Dunlending clans. We had no idea things were this bad within Isengard. Where will you go? Probably to the great company who's with Prince Theodred. I will help you to rescue your friends from the Falcon clan once we have given my message to Theodred. All right. You have my word. I will help you to save your ranger friends from the captivity at the hands of the Falcon clan. I am sorry that we could do nothing for the ranger that was sent with you, Lothran dear. Why is Akka taking so long? I don't know. It's taking him a pretty long time. I think something's happened. Well, let's go find out. What have we got going on here? Oh, it's Morphlock. Oops. There's been a commotion below, Pine Punch. Some of the captains got loose. All of my boys ran to see what was going on, but I smelled a rat. And who should I see sneaking around the war machines but this old fool? Pine Punch, this changes nothing. Do you understand me? It changes nothing. You'll be nothing without me, Pine Punch. I gave you the run of Isengard. It was the fear of me that kept you from being thrown into cells alongside these vermin. But now you will see, oh yes, you will see whose time it is time to die. Oops. All right, let's find out. Die, worm! Are you sure about that? Oh, it looks like... our Rohirric friend here is about to light some powder, right? Aha! How will you say about that? Wait! What's that noise?
From atop the pinnacle, I beheld a great fire and smoke. And when it cleared, my prized captives were gone. How is it you are still alive, Morflock?
Too bad I had to leave without killing Morflock.
I carried you this far. But this is the end.
And I would have thought that carrying a hobbit would have been much lighter than carrying someone the big folk. Oh well.
Do not weep for me, my friend. It is enough to be free.
Enough to be free. Well, very well. Then I will go and speak with Theodred, but that's for the next episode of Piney Plays The Brawler.